Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you so much. I just want to thank you, all guys. You've really made me proud. You've made the continent very, very, very proud. I mean, the show of uh, I don't know, solidarity and passion and resiliency and the fighting spirit for the continent. As a Pan Africanist, it makes me very proud. I was speaking with my colleague, my partner. She's called Malet, uh, and we were reminiscing, and we. I was thinking that this moment is very similar to what happened in the 1940s, 1939, 1940s, because these events are the ones which led and sparked the other Africans around the world because of the way they were enraged about the attack on Ethiopia. This made them to rethink colonialism, and then they put on new shoes because of the spirit that Ethiopia put up. And in 1945, they came to London and they congregated and said Africa has to be free, and the arrogance of imperialism and colonialism has to be fought against. So these are the events which led to our independence. And I have thought that even this moment is similar to that. If you look at what is going on around the world, and it is no accident that the United States has been defeated, because it has been defeated before in Afghanistan, where it has had gone to cause a lot of problems. The power has gone on to weaken. So this assertion whereby Africans have continued to insist that we have to emphasize African solutions to African problems, which narrative, of course, was spearheaded by this narrative was spearheaded by the Prime Minister Abiy. Makes me really very, very proud as an African. And I want to thank Hamida. I've been also following her, both of them with Eugene. Not only defending Ethiopia, but defending the whole people, black people. Haiti, they have been talking about Haiti, and I've been following them on Hamida TV on YouTube, and it is really incredible. So I just want to say congratulations to you guys, and we need to celebrate this. But on top of that, we need to find, I think, a strategy of going to the offensive, not only being always on the defensive, but we need also to go on the offensive and see what is the US doing in other parts of the continent. Because what I'm seeing right now is that Ethiopia has emerged out of this very strong. Is going to be very strong in the region, and combined with Eritrea, and Ethiopia has also continued to push to have that good cooperation with Somalia. This is going to be a very big threat, which the United States is going to continue to fight against. And then the region has been very much behind. Ethiopia, the whole East African region is very, very, strong behind Ethiopia. The whole region, actually, Africans in general, if you look at how the conflict started, and the representative of the United States was frequenting the African Union, Africans were able to resist this temptation, this pressure and coercion. So it shows you that the United States in itself has reduced in its influence, and the Africans also have been able to recognize this. You can see this also in the Minister of Foreign Relations of South Africa, Naledi Pandor, and the whole South African government, how it has resisted coercion. Ramaphosa was invited to Washington because he was being looked at. South Africa right now is being looked at as a leader on the continent. So that was to coerce him, to do certain things. You can see Faki also was recently in the United States, and he met Blinken. But it looks like when Faki came back, actually, and he issued a statement when the negotiations were going to start. He re-echoed the narrative of African solutions to African problems. So you can see, when you read between the lines, you can see that the Africans have tried to stand together and push back. So the defense is very strong, and the narrative of the United States and its colonial allies, the other Europeans and Western world, has crumbled. Their influence, you can see that it has crumbled, not only in Ethiopia and the whole of Africa, but the whole in the region of East Africa, and then the whole of the African, continent. So what does this say? What this says for us as Africans, I think that we need to up our game. If we need to liberate this continent, then we need to move to the next stage, whereby we should stop being on the on the defensive, but we have to go on the offensive. We have to institute some projects that we should start pushing forward, whether it is a single passport, for the African continent. We can talk of different things that we think that, the African citizens need to have a single passport. And we put our weight behind this, any project which we can choose, and this project can lead us to a unified, African government. So this is just my suggestion, and then cooperation with other governments on the continent, things like that. So, but I just want to thank you all, guys, for being very strong, resilient, and continuously pushing forward. The enemy has been very weakened, and we need to continue. This doesn't suggest that we should relent, but we have so much at stake. The whole continent belongs to us, whether it is in Mali, whether it is Ivory Coast. This continent belongs to us and belongs to all of you. It's not only Ethiopia that belongs to you or the Horn of Africa. The whole continent, every inch of it, belongs to you. So we have so much at stake. We have them occupying the continent, France, all over. So I think that we need to up our game even further going forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kwame. I think this agreement, this peace talks, or call it an agreement, or it's almost, people are calling as a terms of surrender.